no one's going to hand any work to you. And if you want work, you're going to have to go meet people. So that became like the thing to push me over that sort of fear or like uncomfortable thing of just like striking up conversations with people. My thought was like what I told myself, every conversation you have is another opportunity for the potential to build a relationship that's going to move you forward in your career. And it pushed me past that fear. And beyond those boundaries that I was setting up for myself. Yeah. And so that's how it started, was just going out and, and meeting folks. I also posted advertisements on Craigslist.
Nice.
I tried to network with people on MySpace. It's all like, old school stuff back in the day.
Because this was 2010, you said, right?
No, 2006.
Okay, yeah. So no option but MySpace.
Yeah. MySpace and Craigslist, man. That was
you and Tom.
That was the deal. But it was really the greatest things came from just going out and meeting folks. And that's the beauty about the community in Nashville. There's a small area where a bunch of venues are all kind of packed together, and you can walk up and down and check out a bunch of different places. And there's a really great community. And then you start to see the similar people, so you're going out every night and you'll see similar people at different places, and you start to figure out where some of the popular spots are. And I was able to start to make some good connections. But that didn't lead to very much work right away. And so I started to learn out of those conversations why that wouldn't necessarily lead to work. One of the things that at first I was trying to focus on the places that were like the most popular. And at those places, it's a real, like, everyone is there, focused networking sort of hang. And the people that are on the stage are not going to work with someone like me that does no resume and is brand new to town and no connections. I don't have any like leverage to like pitch myself to someone other than like, I'm really passionate and I'd love to work with you, which is great in theory, but it's just realistically not going to lead to work right away. So I started to be more focused on the places that I would go. And one of my processes was going and picking up the Nashville scene every week. And I would go through the list of shows. And then I would jump online and I would find like a writer's night in a small like coffee shop or club or something. And then I would go online and research every single writer that was playing. And I would specifically target people whose music I liked first and foremost. Who were either new to town or seemed to be kind of building their career still, hadn't recently released something at a really like high level. Maybe they had like some demos online, but they seemed to be like me. We could connect in a way because we have similar experience and we're new to town. They don't have all those resources yet. And that led to more consistent work pretty quickly, which was a really, really great thing. And so I started to build a really pretty solid client base. The other really great thing that happened was that I connected with a woman that was here in town, and she grew up here, really tied into the community, and super tied into the hip hop community. Nice. And I grew up in Detroit, huge hip hop fan, and had spent a lot of time recording different hip hop artists, and I had a lot of experience with that. And I found that there weren't really any commercial studios that specifically catered towards that genre, but there were a lot of artists that wanted to create music, and they were sort of stuck working in makeshift studio environments without not having like engineers that were really competent with the technical side of things, but they were just kind of figuring it out, And so this woman started connecting me with a lot of her friends, and I got really tied into that community. And within a few months, like, I was just booked. I just kept getting calls, and people kept showing up, and like they loved the vibe, and they told their friends. They brought more people back, and it was great. So I started to find like that niche market, and I found this other like niche market in the new to town singer-songwriter sort of people that were similar to me as far as like resources went. And that was really the starting point of where I went out to start to find those first clients. And then just, over time, just it continues to grow.